Do you know what intercultural communication means? Well, it means a dynamic relationship between communication and culture. It is a communication of individuals who have different cultures.
Besides, we should be aware of communication barriers since we are talking about individuals' different cultures. There are three types of intercultural communication. First is culture and communication.
Kambay!
Kampay!
Kampay! By the way, do you guys have Japanese blood? Why do you have to say kampay before drinking?
Oh, it's a Japanese practice that you should not start drinking until everybody at the table has a drink. And the glasses are raised for a drinking salute. No, we are pure Filipinos, but we follow Japanese practice to give respect.
Yeah, and when holding a glass, women should put their hand underneath it. Men should also do this as a sign of respect when talking to a person superior to them.
Ooh, I see what you mean. Thank you for explaining. Kampay!
Kampay!
Second is gender and age.
Hello?
Yapasaya, Ma! Mom, BTS will be having a concert here in Davao. Can I go? My friend will be there too.
We will talk to your dad if he will allow you to go. By the way, what does yoboseyo mean?
Well, yapasaya means hello in Korean when you're speaking on the phone. Okay, Mom, I'll see you. 사랑해요.
Alright. I love you too.
And lastly is social status and religion. Samantha is turning 18. All students are invited to her birthday held at one of the most well-known bars. Samantha invited her Muslim friend Almira.
It's my birthday next Tuesday, Myra. It will be held at BGC. Of course, you're invited. Don't worry, you're on the VIP list because I already booked my party.
I'm not sure. It's not allowed in our religion.
Well, maybe we can change the location if you want. Or you can just have some light drinks or juice.
Okay, maybe my parents will allow me to come. It's just your birthday anyway, best friend.
Well. What a risk taker.
Oh, wait, I'll answer this call.
Hello, Mira? Mano's going to pick you up. What time are you going home? Just text me.
Hello? Hello, Mom? The music is too loud. I can't hear you. Hello?
Just text me when you're getting home, okay?
Social interaction is the way people interact with others in a particular setting. One of the functions of communication is regulation or control. It can be used to control the behavior of human beings or to regulate the nature and amount of activities others engage in. Both verbal and non-verbal cues are used to achieve this purpose.
Do you have any clarifications about our topic?
No, ma'am.
Okay, that's it. See you tomorrow, class.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Another function of communication is motivation. It is a driving force that enables an individual to do something to achieve a particular goal.
This subject is so hard. I think I'm gonna fail this subject.
Just believe in yourself. I know you can do it. Aja.
Another function of communication is information. It is a knowledge or a fact about a certain subject, such as an event, person, or situation.
Ma'am, I have a question because I didn't hear earlier, ma'am. What is the meaning of FDA?
Oh, FDA means Food and Drug Administration.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Lastly, we have emotional expressions. It is the ability to effectively express and manage emotions when interacting with others. It is also an important factor in communication.
Wow, congratulations!
I feel so very down today. You broke up with me.
Oh my gosh! I can't believe that I'm perfect in our pre-calculus! I'm so pissed right now!
Intrapersonal communication can be defined as communication with oneself, which may include self-talk, acts of imagination, and visualization.
OMG, the music video is fantastic. Lalisa is so beautiful. Jesus visual. What a beauty. Yes, queen. Park James' voice. I love her. Jenny, the rapper, is back. I love the four of them. They are amazing and so talented. Wow! Their music video is so beautiful. Whoa! They don't use a green screen.
I wish I could be like them. I want to audition to become a K-pop idol training. Someday I want to be like Jisoo, Jenny, Rosie, and Lisa.
This situation, Maxine is performing intrapersonal communication, which is the internal discourse. Internal discourse can be done entirely within the mind and daydreaming.
Interpersonal communication is a transmission of how people exchange information, feelings, and meaning through verbal and nonverbal messages. It can be direct, face-to-face, or indirect, done through the use of tools and technology. After watching their music video, I started to daydream about being a K-pop idol trainee in South Korea.
Annyeonghaseyo, I am Maxine Fernando Imnida, 17 years old from the Philippines. I can sing, rap, and dance.
So, do you think you are a K-pop idol material?
Yes, I do.
What other skills have you learned that will help you in your career?
Patience, confidence, the ability to not go to the washroom every hour.
What has been the best performance of your career so far?
When I perform in front of all the people I have cared about, seeing their smiles and appreciativeness of my dreams make it so much better than just performing in front of strangers.
So, how will you cope up with being away from home for long periods?
I cope well, but I can say that there will never be a time where I'm not homesick.
And lastly, how would you go about energizing a tired audience?
I've been told my energy is quite contagious, and if my energy is not enough, I'll take a bit of time to consider what part of my performance has them tired and tweak it.
Okay, thank you, Miss Maxine Fernando.
We will take time in considering your application.
In this situation, interpersonal communication has been performed through indirect communication through technology, since Aiken and Maxine had done a virtual interview and audition.
A pleasant morning. Are you wondering who this person is? Why am I in front of you? Again, good morning. I am Rian Carl B. Bernardino, a grade 11 S7 student under the advisory of Miss Anna Fe Sagne, and I am running for the President of Sandigan Supreme Student Government. I have been a consistent honor student and an active student council officer for 8 consecutive years. As your president, I would raise mental health awareness and have academic inclined platforms. I expect you to vote for me, and I will give justice to all your votes. Again, I am Brian Carl B. Bernardino for president, saying #LoveServes.
That is an example of public speech context wherein Brian tried to persuade and convince others to vote him as Sandigan president. Public speech context needs to be planned and prepared, and it only has a single speaker and limited feedback except for nonverbal cues.
Speech styles and acts.
First, let us know the speech styles and acts. Marmee, what are the speech styles?
When a person interacts with others, he or she uses a particular style of speaking or speech style.
Yes, that's right. Also, according to Martin Jobs, a Dutch linguist in his book, The Five Blocks, that there are 5 speech styles: intimate, casual, consultative, formal, and frozen. Speech styles.
Hello, hubby. Can you please give me the proposal for our business meeting?
Yeah, sure, honey.
Hello, Abby. So, why are you here?
My stomach hurts, B.
Ooh, I see. Can you rate the pain from 1 to 10? 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest?
10, B.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. On my honor, I, please state your name.
On my
On
honor,
my honor, I, Maxine Fernando,
Silanova,
Promise to uphold the standards and ideals of Bufford High School.
promise to
Promise
uphold
to uphold
the
ideals
standards of
Bufford High
high school.
To cooperate with the faculty and the student body.
to cooperate with the faculty and the student body.
The student body.
A pledge is really a great example of a frozen speech style. Every single day we use language to communicate, and each time we speak, we are performing an action. This is what we call speech acts.
Speech act theory was proposed by John Langshaw Austin in 1962 and further developed by John Rogers Searle in 1969.
So the first act is the locutionary act. It is an action of what you literally say.
Alyssa, hey! Oh my god, how cute! Cute!
There are two types of locutionary act, utterance and proportional act.
Utterance and proportional act have similarities. It is when the speaker doesn't have any intention to communicate.
The next type of speech act is illocutionary act.
Illocutionary act is divided into 5 major categories.
I hereby pronounce you husband and wife.
This example is a declaration. It acts upon being uttered and immediately brings about a change of the situation.
May your journey as husband and wife be prosperous.
Assertives convey information that regards something.
This is an example of expressives, when a speaker expresses his or her emotions in a particular situation.
Turn on your cameras for commemorative purposes.
Directives cause the individual being addressed to do a particular action.
I promise to sleep early.
Commissives, the speaker commits to doing a particular action in the future.
Last but not the least, perlocutionary act.
I forgot to save the link.
Don't you worry, I will send it to your FB account.
Oh my god, thank you so much.
Next, we have communication strategies. In communication strategies, you must remember there are 7 types of strategies, and these are nomination, restriction, turn-taking, topic control, topic shifting, repair, and finally, termination.
So first, we have the nomination. This involves the opening and establishing of a topic in a conversation.
Hi, are you an ARMY? Do you know BTS? You know, I have been a big fan of them since 2013. I really love everything about them. Do you know them or do you stan any K-pop group?
Yes, I know them. I recently become their fan this year. Can you tell me everything about them? I really love their songs. It's really meaningful. Next, we have restriction. This involves limiting what the other participants can contribute to the conversation.
In New Zealand, the scenery is so beautiful that you just want to stare at it all the time. It will also make you speechless
The
because
scenery itself is so beautiful, and I just want to live there until I grow old. I'm sure I won't grow bored watching the same view over and over again.
Then, turn-taking involves the opportunity given by a speaker to talk in communication.
During summer, I went to many places because I really want to experience traveling by myself. How about you?
Good for you. I just stayed at home and helped my parents with their shop while they're away on a business trip.
Next, we have topic control. Topic control involves the speaker that keeps the conversation focused on one central idea in a conversation.
Hey, so did you know BTS is having a concert here in the Philippines?
Yes, of course, I know. You know how updated I am with BTS.
Good, so how about,
I heard Jungkook has a new haircut. It's all over the internet and he looks so handsome.
Another type of communication strategy is topic shifting. This involves the sudden transition from one topic to another in a conversation.
Heard you caught a cold. Are you alright?
Yep, I'm fine. Thanks for asking, by the way. Did you know that Attack on Titan Season 4 is releasing their first episode this December 7?
Next, we have prepare. Now, you must remember there are 4 types of prepare. First is self-initiated self-repair, next self-initiated other repair, and other-initiated self-repair, lastly, other-initiated other repair.
Do you know Hinata?
Yes, I do. Why?
I'm honestly amazed by how high he can jump.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm startled by how high she can jump. 3 to 3, lol. Anime logic.
Oh, I was talking about Hinata from Haikyuu, not from Naruto.
Oh, why didn't you say so? There are 2 famous Hinatas, so I thought you were talking about the girl. But yes, even though he's so short, he can jump high.
And finally, we have termination, which refers to the act of ending a conversation.
So that's all for our topic today. Meeting adjourned.
Speeches can be classified in 2 ways, according to the purpose and according to delivery. When classified according to purpose, there are 3 basic types of speeches. Number 1, expository or informative speech.
Good day, everyone! As we all know, the coronavirus is rapidly spreading across the globe. Now, here are the symptoms that you should be mindful of. The most common symptoms are fever, cough, tiredness, and loss of taste or smell. There are also less common symptoms that you should know, such as a sore throat, headache, body pains, diarrhea, rash or skin discoloration, and red or irritated eyes. This information is based off of the poster by the World Health Organization released last November 12, 2020. Wear your mask and stay safe.
Common mistakes in delivering an informative speech. Number 1, flooding your audience with information. The audience is flooded with too much information. This habit undermines your ability to connect with and inspire people. Number 2, misinformation. When one delivers false or inaccurate information that is communicated regardless of an intention to deceive, as well as using fallacies such as cherry picking, when we only include bits of evidence.
Abortion is an activity to end a pregnancy. Some people support the idea that it should be a free choice of every woman, whether she would abort the fetus in her womb or not, while others claim that no one has the power to decide whether to bring life on the planet or put an end to it. No matter how we tell and persuade ourselves, every woman knows that abortion is wrong. Although the Bible has nothing to say about abortion, it has too much to say about human life value. Don't forget that God is the creator of all living things, especially humans. And no human being has the right to put an end to the life of a baby inside a mother's womb.
Abortion is an activity to end pregnancy. Some people support the idea that it should be a free choice of every woman, whether she would abort the fetus in her womb or not, while others claim that no one has the power to decide whether to bring life on the planet or put an end to it. No matter how we tell and persuade ourselves, every woman knows that abortion is wrong, and no human being has the right to put an end to the life of a baby inside a mother's womb.
Common persuasive speech mistakes. Number 1. Backloading your argument. Great persuasive writing provides its audience with context clues about which details are most important. It provides its argument in an ordered, logical way. You can improve the clarity and impact of your own writing by opening with your strongest argument. Take time to weigh the relative importance of each claim you make, and then structure your writing accordingly. Number 2. Relying on faulty logic. There are numerous logical fallacies such as the strawman argument, which build up an argument in a way that doesn't actually add up if you examine it more closely. Occasionally, we may use them in our writing without realizing it, or may use them purposely to manipulate arguments and mislead their audience. The goal of a persuasive writer should be to guide his or her audience toward a common realization through the use of credible, logically sound arguments. Fallacies diminish your credibility and integrity as an author. Number 3. Writing without your audience in mind. Before you type your first word, consider who your audience is. Your audience is a key to a well-balanced argument, and more generally to a successful persuasive writing. Your audience also affects the tone of your piece. Level with your audience. Number 4. Underemphasizing logos or appeal to logic. At its finest, persuasive writing balances ethos or appeals to authority, logos appeal to logic, and pathos appeal to emotion. And yet at times, persuasive writing focuses on ethos and pathos to the detriment of the appeals to logic. While ethos and pathos can maintain the audience's interest and trust, too much of these elements can make your writing memorable for the wrong reasons. Logos should be the primary of most persuasive arguments. Truly, persuasive writing addresses conflicting viewpoints. It also provides evidences to support your belief that your claim is the best claim. A talented writer can skillfully interweave elements of emotion and authority with arguments that are based on sound logic.
So, I'm gonna tell you about my worst first date story. One day, I had a date with my ex in a nice restaurant with a glamorous outfit to impress him. So, everything went smooth and romantic, and I was so into this guy, and I was so nervous that time. And he told me, you smell good." I replied, "Thanks." I used both of my nostrils. He was like, "Oh, okay." And after that, it was so awkward to look at him because I was so embarrassed with my response. After our date, he initiated to bring me home, and I was walking ahead of him and got into the car parked out front before he could open the door for me. He knocked on the window and yelled through the glass, "This isn't my car."
So, I'm gonna tell you about my worst first date story. One day, I had a date with my ex in a nice restaurant with a glamorous outfit to impress him. So everything went smooth and romantic at the same time. I was so into this guy, and honestly, I was so nervous that time. And when he told me, "You smell good," and I replied, "Thanks, I used my both of my nostrils." And he was like, "Oh, okay." And it's so awkward to look at him because I was embarrassed by my response. So fast forward. After our date, he initiated to bring me home, and I was walking ahead of him and got into the car parked out in front before he could open the door for me. So I was inside the car already. He knocked through the window and yelled through the glass, "This isn't my car!" So that's all my first date story. Thank you, everyone.
Here are some mistakes we should avoid in entertainment speech. Number 1. Using too much or not enough humor. Humor is subjective. It's hard to determine exactly how much humor to use in a speech, especially if you don't know your audience well. You don't want your presentation to be dry and boring, but you also don't want to come off like you're trying too hard to be a stand-up comedian. A good rule of thumb is to be yourself and infuse a bit of humor when appropriate. Number 2, lack of facial expressions. Just like looking at the floor and standing stick straight on a stage can make a public speaker less effective. Keeping a straight face the entire time or giving an awkward facial expression will also scare people off. Not everyone has an expressive face. But what the speaker is saying needs to match what's on their face, and vice versa, to really make an impact. No facial expression at all can make the audience bored or even uneasy. Imagine life as a game in which you are juggling some 5 balls in the air. They are work, family, health, friends, and spirit. And you are keeping all of these in the air. You will soon understand that work is a rubber ball. If you drop it, it will bounce back. But the other 4 balls, family, health, friends, and spirit, are made of glass. If you drop one of these, they will be irrevocably scuffed, marked, nicked, damaged, or even shattered. They will never be the same. You must understand that and strive for it. A value has a value only if its value is value.
Clothes make men and women. No, clothes do not make men and women. Not because one is wearing a suit. It means that he deserves more respect than other people wearing simple tees. It is not up to how we wear our clothes that makes us who we are, but it is our attitudes that makes us ourselves. Remember that at the end of the day, attitude will always matter.
Good day, everyone. I'm here today to talk to you about the so-called mainstream problem called bullying. Anyone who has been bullied as a student in the past or in the present, which is probably most of us, knows that the best defense was always to avoid the bully, if possible. If you took a different route to class, skipped lunch, or rushed for the door the second the bell rang, you might just survive another day without a mortifying confrontation. That's how students who went to school before the age of internet and social media dealt with these little tyrants. But things have changed, and those who dismiss the issue today, those who say, I was bullied in school and I turned out okay, don't really know how much the world has changed since their days. Social media has left bullying victims with few ways to escape, and perhaps because of the nature of social media, the bullying can be more extreme, leading some students to commit suicide. It's important that the students themselves are getting involved to combat bullying. They may be the solution, while bullies may seem like fearless rebels. Most often they are troubled and insecure and looking for acceptance. The last thing they probably want is to be on the outside. Which brings us to the parents of the bullies, and you probably know who you are. Do your child a big favor and let them know that you also think bullies aren't cool. That way, we're all helping each other. Thank you very much.